When it comes to my liberation, I am unapologetic.
Yeah.
We are unapologetic.
Yeah.
Because if George don't get it,
shut it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
I said if George don't get it,
burn it down.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Let's give it up again for Brandon. All right, can we have people back up, please? We're still in the midst of a pandemic. Please, back up, including the media. I'm asking you nicely to back up, back up. Everybody say back up.
Back up.
Say back up.
Back up.
All right, you guys with the banner, you're in good. Everybody else is good. I'm mostly talking about the people here, still asking you to back up. Your lenses should be long enough to capture what you're about to capture without crowding people out. All right? So, as Brandon was speaking, first of all, let's give it up for Brandon, y'all. So, as Brandon was speaking, we had someone join our demonstration who has been on the front line for years. He came out after Philando Castile was killed in 2016. He joined us at the mansion and he spoke to the people. In the black community, for those who don't know, we do our best to bridge generations. From our young people, as we saw Darnella Frazier, 17 years old, could have gone in the store, but stayed out there to capture the video that's been seen around the world over 20 million times of George Floyd being killed. And without that bystander video, there would be no trial. Yes. So a young person did that. And then we had young people, we had middle-aged people, we had elders take to the streets to demand justice. I fall in that middle range. So now what I'm going to do as a frontline activist is pass the mic to an elder, the Honorable Reverend Jesse Jackson. Please welcome. He said, let me hear you scream.
Let's hear you scream.
Y'all got my COVID?
Not for you. Hold the fuck around, media. This shit is for the people. Media, you guys. Take your little pictures and get the fuck out the way, media. This is not for you. All you fucking doing, get the fuck out the way. AP News, get the fuck out the way.
Everybody would have
Listen, I'm not in it right now.
What's going on? I'm getting pushed and I'm just standing, y'all. Come on, whoever behind me, rotate.
Yeah, media take a knee. Media take a knee. Y'all got cameras. Take a knee.
Keep marching. Nothing to break our spirits. There's a such joy I have in this struggle because each time we come alive through death. So I grew up in South Carolina. I grew up in jail in 1960. I used the public library at that time. Popular song among the quartet, Hummingbird was called "We Live Outside Dying." It's power even in death for our struggle. I was in South Africa back in the 70s. We were prone to do a major expression of another rally. Turning death into life. As Ms. Ruth Parks, Ms. Parks tried to go back, I thought about going to the back of the bus. So baby till I couldn't go back. School, say Emmett Till. Would you repeat Emmett Till?
Emmett Till!
From the grave.
Spoke from the grave.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Speaks
Speaks
from the grave.
from the grave.
Brother Wright.
Brother Wright.
Speaks
Speaks
from the grave.
from the grave.
Nothing will stop us. I want to say to you in Minnesota, if you fight this fight, you fight the right fight. But let me say to you here, some great freedom fighters have come out of this state. I think about Prince and Purple Rain, bringing up the corrupt music industry. In '64, we were in jail. Hubert Humphrey led the fight in Minnesota. We were president and Paul Wilson led the fight, Minnesota. Keith Ellison ran for Congress. 2% blacks, he won for Congress. Omar from Somalia in the Congress. Keith now Attorney General of the state of Minnesota. From a meeting with Mr. Freeman some time ago, I said we need to indict these 4 police who killed Floyd. He couldn't quite make up his mind to do it. So I asked, he said, well, Keith suffice. Keith indicted them the next day. So Keith Ellison matters. The day the first class prosecutors we saw, handpicked by Keith Ellison. The judge, those who on the jury, handpicked by Keith Ellison and his staff. So even say tomorrow, even if we win, it's relief. Not victory. They're still killing our people. Stop the violence. Save the children. Stop the violence. Save the children. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Now I ask you to be nonviolent because we're wise, not because we're nonviolent. We're nonviolent. Not because we're scared. Because we're wise. Some elements, they want to race war, they're heavy armed. They'll kill us. Gone for a taser. We go for homicide. So we can go for homicide to genocide. We must be wise enough to keep marching. It's in our own agenda. The agenda today is, stop killing blacks in real time. Television. Stop killing George Floyd. The man who killed him never have immunity. He must face murder. He murdered the man. He's a murdered people. Must not have protected immunity. Woman who killed for the right, she cannot say she didn't know a taser from a gun.
Taser from a gun.
Murder is murder. The end of our struggle is not about black and white, it's about light and dark. And our struggle ultimately, not about black and white.
Not about black and white.
About dark and light.
About dark and light.
Light will beat darkness. Light beat darkness. Light will beat darkness. Those killers do not represent the heart of Minnesota.
Do not represent the heart of Minnesota.
I see whites and blacks marching in Minnesota. You represent the best of our nation. Don't let break your spirit. And when you get tell someone, say, I know it's dark.
I know it's dark.
But the morning coming. I know it's dark. But the morning coming. The Lord is our light. And our salvation. Whom shall we fear? The Lord is the strength of our lives. Either we walk through valleys, shadows of death. We fear no evil. No jail cell. No bullet. God with us. The rod and our staff. Comfort us. We'll fight back. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. All life matters. 1965, we got the right to vote in 1965, blacks after 85 years. White women serving the jury in the South. 18-year-olds couldn't vote. No serving in Vietnam. Couldn't vote on college campus. You couldn't vote bilingually. Since 65, Since 1965,
1965,
young America came alive.
America came alive.
Redefined America.
Redefined America.
There's a new majority.
No majority.
This land
This land
is our land.
is our land.
This land is our land. Doesn't belong to the Klan. The land is our land. We reject slavery, segregation, sedition, supremacy. We are God's people. We'll march. The victory is won. Victory is certain. Victory is certain. Victory is certain. We will not give up. I am somebody. I am somebody. Red and yellow. Brown, black, and white. We're all precious in God's sight. Everybody, somebody. Never surrender. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. George Floyd, say his name. 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 Love you guys.
Thank you. Blessings to Brother Jesse Jackson. Thank you.
So, if anybody, I wanted Harry Tubman to come here. For those that don't know me, my name is Spike Moss. I have fought this battle since 1966. I won 98% of all the lawsuits and 100% of the cases lost against white officers. This is our time because of you. You must stand up to the end of this and not be afraid and do not back up. No city is perfect. Minnesota has been perfect since 1966. A cop must be found guilty. You are standing up to make history. This is historical that one finally went to trial. So I wanted Black Moses to stand next to Jesse because Jesse's passing that torch to y'all. And this woman here, I named her Blue Black Moses. And I said, come and hug Jesse. Y'all keep marching. Stand up and fight back. Stand up and fight back. Stand up and fight back.
Fight back!
Let's give it up for Reverend Jesse Jackson! Let's give it up for Average Fight Month! Thank you for coming out here in the cold, making the sacrifice to be out here with us. No problem. Thank you.
Everybody get down like she said. Everybody get down. Everybody get down. Come on, just get down.
I want to witness this. This is history for us. This is our history. And if we're in person, I want to see it in person. Hello.
Oh, it's not hard. You can
Fists in the air in solidarity with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
All power to the people. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Black lives matter. 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 Say his name.
George Floyd.
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 Dante Wright next. Say his name.
Dante Wright.
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 Breonna Taylor next. Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
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 Say her name.
Breonna Taylor!
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor!
Say her name.
Breonna
Breonna Taylor.
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
Sandra Bland next. Sandra Bland. Say her name. I'm sorry, y'all. Say her name.
Sandra Bland.
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 Adam Toledo, 13 years old in Chicago. Say his name.
Adam Toledo.
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 All right, give it up for yourselves. Y'all out here, it don't matter if it's cold. It don't matter if the police around. It don't matter if they got barricades. We out here, we gonna be out here till we get justice. I'm gonna turn it back over to DJ, who has been our MC. He's been holding it down. Let's give it up for DJ Hooker, y'all.
All right. It's so powerful to have our elders come out here and talk to us.
It'd be more
Right?
powerful.
It's also powerful for our youth.
If the press wants to
Earlier
stand right
today,
in front, they
I
should
went
be
to
chanting
Evanston
here
High
just
School,
like every
the
other
place where
citizen
Dwight
and
Wright
civilian that's out here.
went to high school.
All this
and
press
also
want to
a
be
place I've
quiet, but
worked
they
for the
want to
last
have
6
their
years.
hands up with their cameras.
And to see the passion
Press, y'all can
in
get
the
better than
youth,
that.
to see
Want to be
how
in the
they're
front row, but
fired
you guys
up,
don't want to chant.
to see how they
You guys
were
don't want
ready
to say
to
nothing,
march.
but you ain't standing up. But you guys want to be here
And
front row,
also
right?
to see that,
Come on, man.
that most of their teachers didn't come outside. Most of their teachers didn't march with them. I worked there part-time. I took off work to come march with them. All they had to do was leave the building.
Come on now.
That's what the problem is.
That's it. Problem.
We need solidarity.
Yes.
So, now, coming up next, I want to say is going to be, is one of the mother figures in the movement here. She's put in a lot of work, day in and day out. She answers texts at 2 in the morning for no reason when she's out of town on vacation. She's a civil rights attorney, and she's a national treasure. Nikema Levy Armstrong!
All right, y'all. So we got Jaylani, Mohammed, and Zainab from Care, Minnesota. Y'all see we've been holding it down, right? They've been holding it down, but they're fasting because of Ramadan. So a lot of times we might be hungry, but we can eat. They're hungry and they can't eat until it's time to break their fast. So their spiritual energy is helping us to keep going. So let's give them some love, y'all. We love y'all. We thank y'all. Thank y'all for standing in solidarity with us as Muslim brothers and sisters. All right, so I'm gonna be brief, y'all, because y'all see I barely got a voice. And why I barely got a voice is because I refuse to give up. I refuse to give in. I don't care how many times the governor gets on TV. I don't care how many times Jacob Fry gets on TV trying to justify violence against protesters. I'm not going. Somebody say I'm not going.
I'm not going.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
We know that the system always finds a way to protect itself and to replicate itself.
Come on now.
That is why when we are looking at the system of policing, it is a relic of the institution of slavery. Police officers started out as slave catchers.
Yes.
They got the same damn dogs
Yep.
that they had back in the day, hounds trying to catch fugitive slaves.
Come on now.
They even got horses
Yep.
like they had back in the day,
new
talking
Jim
about
Crow.
crowd control. Why in the world in the 21st century would you need to be on horseback? It is people hungry and homeless out here.
Come on.
It's ridiculous. And they've always had the power of the law on their side. And they use the power of the law, which is not intended for us, because remember under the Constitution, we were considered 3/5 of a person. So they never even intended the Constitution to apply to us. As a matter of fact, when a black man who was born into slavery named Dred Scott moved to Minnesota in the 1800s, he lived as a free man at Fort Snelling.
Yep.
He got married and everything. And then when it was time for his master to leave, first of all, if Minnesota didn't have slavery, why do you make it comfortable for slave owners? That's what they've been doing. So don't believe the hype. So Dred Scott said, oh, no, I've lived as a free person. I'm not going back into slavery. So he sued in the Supreme Court to try to get his freedom. And rather than them validating Dred Scott, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, a white man from a slaveholding family named Roger B. Taney, said, the black man has no rights, which the white man is bound to respect. He said the black man has no rights, which the white man is bound to respect. That's exactly why Derek Chauvin was comfortable on May 25th of 2020, resting his wicked right raggedy ass knee on George Floyd's neck. Somebody say that ain't right. That ain't right. That's exactly why Kim Potter, using her white woman privilege, is trying to claim that the shooting of Dante Wright was an accident. Somebody say that ain't right. That ain't right. We don't believe her for 1 second.
Not 1 fucking second.
And that's why black youth were the first ones at the Brooklyn Center Police Department demanding justice for Dante Wright.
Yes.
Damn right.
They try to silence our young black kids, but they're the ones that hold up the banner for freedom, justice, and equality. Yes. They're the ones, when I was growing up in LA, a group I love by the name of NWA wrote one of the first protest songs against police violence. And it's a song I love and I still live by, called Fuck the Police.
Fuck the police!
And why it's important to remember that is because we had white people, black people involved in respectability politics, more concerned about black young people cussing than the injustices that they were talking about. They were talking about white supremacy. They were talking about racist cops. They were talking about racial profiling. They were talking about getting their ass beat by the police.
Yes.
They were talking about a broken justice system.
Yes.
And it was before Rodney King was beaten.
Yes.
They knew what was going on in the hood. The hood can always tell you what's going on in America, even though they try to silence our voices. So all of us here are taking that energy. Some of us have experienced oppression. Some of us see the oppression and refuse to be silent. We need to take that energy and keep that energy and continue demanding justice.
Yes.
We know that the Chauvin case is in the hands of 12 people. Some of them don't even know no black people. Some of them are connected to cops. Some of them still believe in the police as a noble institution. After watching that video, how could you?
How fucking
So we don't know what they're going to do, but we do know what we're going to do. We will not give up. We will not give in. We will not be silent. We will not sit down. We will stand up. Put your fists in the air. Somebody say stand up. 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 Stand up! Stand up! Black Lives Matter. Just like George Floyd, Dante Wright, and all stolen lives. I love y'all.
Stand up for her right.
Fuck the police. She is not lying. Very few of us still have our voice. We've been out here all week trying to get justice for Dante Wright, trying to keep up with what's going on with the trail, trying to keep up with what's going on in Chicago. We are spread so thin right now because we're being attacked from so many angles. It's fucking ridiculous. So, speaking of another person that's out here 24/7, that's answering their phones at all times of the night, that's been doing this work and one of the OGs, the reason why we have all of this right now and this movement is because of people like Nikema and people like Monique, which is one of the things that think we're dead.
Take it to the streets and fuck the police.
No justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. All right. The reason why we're saying take it to the streets is that this is an international call for help. This is an SOS. Mayday. ship, we would be sinking.
Underwater.
Amen. So what we need to do is make sure all hands on deck. We need the young, we need the old. If you have a birth certificate, get in these streets. We do not discriminate. This is for everyone. It's not just a movement for the young. It's not a movement for the poor. It's not a movement for the rich. It's not a movement for the disenfranchised. It's a movement for everyone. Because when we all do better, we all are better. So those who are comfortable need to come out in these streets. Those watching on TV, make your preparations to get in these streets. So when we say no justice, no peace, we must get through the streets, regardless of the burden. Because we should not have had to fight the way we did to get Derek Chauvin charged. We should not have had to take arrests out at Derek Chauvin's home. We should not have had to take arrests down on the freeways. We should not have had to take arrests in the streets just to get this man to court. We should not have had to do that. So it's important that we continue to come out and to grow and to make sure that these people who are making the decisions know that not only will we come out in the streets, we will come out to your home. We will bring the crowds to where you are, because we cannot be comfortable in our black skin. You should not be comfortable in your white home. So we need to make sure that if we don't have comfort, that they don't have comfort. So it's time that we do have to spread our pain. That's why we're in the streets. We're in the streets because we're loud, and we're loud because of the pain, because it pains us when we see our brothers and sisters being killed by the police who can be so arrogant as Derek Chauvin, as to have his hands in his pocket and leisurely put his knee on George Floyd's neck. It is a disgrace, and we cannot be passive for 1 minute. We have to continue to take arrests. We have to continue to put our bodies on the line, because there is always a price to be paid for change. So are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to pay that price? All right, let's hit these streets. Let's get ready. Get ready. Stand by. This is an SOS Mayday, Mayday. All hands on deck. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police!
All right, thank you.
Hell yeah, Monique. Let's go.
Can I get a fuck 12?
Fuck 12!
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 I feel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12!
I feel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12!
I feel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12!
ACAB!
All cops are bastards!
ACAB!
All cops are bastards!
GTFO!
Get the fuck out!
I said GTFO!
Get the fuck out!
I said ACAB!
All cops are bastards!
GTFO!
Get the fuck out!
I said ACAB!
All cops are bastards!
GTFO!
Get the fuck out!
I said GTFO!
Get the fuck out!
I said ACAB!
All cops are bastards!
GTFO!
Get the fuck out!
Say no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist
Say
system!
no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist
Say
system!
no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist
Say
system!
no more cops for park evictions.
No more cops for park
Say
eviction!
no more cops for park evictions.
No more cops for park
Say
eviction!
no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist
Say
system!
no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist
Say
system!
no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist
Say
system!
no good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in the racist system!
All right. I want to see y'all get lit right now. I don't want anyone to pretend like they don't know this song and they don't know the lyrics. We've been listening to it for the last
If you haven't been
20 years.
protesting, then obviously you ain't heard it.
selling narcotics. Me and Lorenzo rolling in the benzo. Out of shit in the yellow tape. The scene of the slaughter. And the white one. Black police showing out for the white cop. On any motherfucker in the blue uniform. The CPT, punk police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police!
Fuck the police, the red center with authority. Okay. Step back, and the motherfucker weapon is kept in a stash box. Never saw. Step in my path. It's all jump. And a gun in your hand. And I'ma fuck you up. Next time. Strike me. Yeah, strike me.
I told the family, I said, bro, today you need to have a little picture about it. They don't want to take over a city. I don't want to take this road.
Adam Toledo.
What's his name?
Adam Toledo.
Say his name.
Adam Toledo.
What's his name?
Adam Toledo.
Say his name.
Adam Toledo.
What's his name?
Adam Toledo.
What's his name?
Adam Toledo.
Say his name.
Adam Toledo.
What's his name?
Adam Toledo.
Say his name.
Adam Toledo.
What's his name?
Adam Toledo.
Say his name.
Adam Toledo.
If Dante don't get it, if Dante don't get it, Dante don't get it.
Burn it down.
If George don't get it, if George don't get it, if George don't get it,
Burn it down.
if George don't get it, if George don't get it,
Burn it down.
if George don't get it,
Burn it down.
if Toby don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Toby don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Toby don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Adam 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 don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Dante don't get it,
Burn it down.
if George don't get it,
Burn it down.
if Dante don't get it,
Burn it down.
if George don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Adam don't get it,
Burn it down.
if George don't get it,
Burn it down.
if Dante don't get it,
Shut it down.
if George don't get it,
Shut it down.
Adam don't get it,
Burn it down.
Adam don't get it.
Burn it down.
Let's say his name. You say which one? Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
Say their name.
Which one?
I need everyone to be behind the banner. Everyone needs to be behind the banner. We need to make sure we're keeping people safe. Say their name. What's their name?
Which one?
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 All right, well, I think National Guard, you say go home. National Guard!
Go home!
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 How do you spell racist?
MPD!
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 When will all lives matter?
When Black Lives Matter!
When will all lives matter?
When Black Lives Matter!
When will all lives matter?
When Black Lives Matter!
When will all lives matter?
When Black Lives Matter!
All lives matter?
When Black Lives Matter!
All lives matter?
When Black Lives Matter!
Revolution!
Ain't nothing to fuck with!
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 When I say I am, you say revolutionary. I am
A revolutionary!
I am
A revolutionary!
I am
A revolutionary!
I am
A revolutionary!
You can't stop the revolution.
You can't stop the revolution!
You can't stop the revolution.
You can't stop the revolution!
You can't stop the revolution.
You can't stop the revolution!
You can't jail the revolution.
You can't chill the revolution!
You can't jail the revolution.
You can't jail the revolution!
You can't jail the revolution.
You can't jail the revolution!
You can't stop the revolution.
You can't stop the revolution!
We don't get our liberation.
We don't get a liberation!
We don't get our liberation.
We don't get a liberation!
You can't stop the revolution.
You can't stop the revolution!
We don't get our liberation.
We don't get
show me, you say guilty. Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
Show me.
Guilty.
All right, say this one super loud, because they keep thinking this was a motherfucking joke. They think this was a chant. They don't think we actually made this. No justice!
No peace.
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 Prosecute the police!
No
justice!
No peace.
No justice!
Prosecute the police.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
Prosecute the police.
No justice!
Justice. No peace.
No justice!
Prosecute the police.
No justice!
Justice. No peace.
No justice!
Prosecute the police.
Fuck 12!
Justice. No peace.
Fuck 12!
Prosecute the police.
Fuck 12!
Justice. No peace.
Fuck 12!
Prosecute the police.
Fuck 12!
Justice. No peace.
Fuck 12!
Prosecute the police.
Fuck 12!
Justice. No peace.
Fuck 12!
Prosecute the police.
Fuck 12!
Justice. No peace.
Fuck 12!
Prosecute the police. Justice. No peace. Prosecute the police.
It's our duty to fight for our freedom. It's our duty
To fight for freedom.
It's our duty
To fight for freedom.
It's our duty
To fight for freedom.
It's our duty
To fight for freedom.
We the people, we are powerful. We the people. We the people.
I'm powerful.
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 Ain't no power like the power of people, because the power of people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of people, 'cause the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, 'cause the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, 'cause the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, 'cause the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, 'cause the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, 'cause the power of people don't stop.
Do the right thing.
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 Until they do the right thing, we gotta keep our boots on the ground. So I'm gonna teach y'all this one. I'm gonna say boots on the ground, and you're gonna say boots on the damn ground, okay? Boots on the ground. 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 And that's on that, on that, on that. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here, we're here. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here, we're here. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here, we're here. Boots, boots. We're here, we're here. All right. So, we're going to wrap this one up for today, but I want to let everyone know we're going to be out here. If we get our conviction or not, we're going to be out here. For July, when the other cops come out here. We're already making sure we keep our boots on the ground. We're Dante right. We're already going to make sure that everyone knows Adam Toledo's name. That's what we're going to fucking do, because we keep our boots on the ground. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end it up with my brother's security, okay? So everyone put their fist up. It's our duty to fight for our freedom.
It's our duty to fight for our freedom.
It's our duty to win.
It's our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
There's nothing we can do to lose our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our train.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
There is nothing I can do with our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
One last time, let's make sure they can get us around the world. And it's our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It's our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
Nothing to lose but our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
Nothing to lose but our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
Nothing to lose but our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
Nothing to lose but our chain.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Where your car at? Where your car at? Down the street.
Let's go.